They're the best keepers of secrets. You can tell your horse anything and they don't share it. And coming through the education system myself, I now realise as a diverse learner or someone who learns a little bit differently, and I wanted to create something for kids that could give them an opportunity to learn skills, learn coping mechanisms that would enhance their learning educationally or work or anything like that. I know. Hey James, you're going to have two, can you turn your eyes on for me just for a minute? You look up wide. I suppose it was always in my back mind when I was thinking about going into education and, you know, training to be a school teacher and stuff. So that was always kind of where I wanted to go. How I was going to get there, I had no idea. But yeah, it was more about knowing that four walls don't always work for every kid. So it's like, how can we do things different to get a different result?
I do usually do a pickup of horse poos or shit. Yeah, I do a pickup. I feed them, fill up the hay nets, make sure everybody's sorted for the evening. Yep. So that took me a long time to understand the effect that horses can have on you. So I had nothing to do with horses before I met Nick. My whole thing was around picking up after them, and I just thought that was just, is this what my life has come to, was picking up after horses. But being around them and watching Nick with the horses, watching the clients with the horses, and watching some of the sessions that happen, you can't remain unaffected, and you start learning about how they behave and some of their behaviours. I've learnt so much from Nick about horses. I would see them, you know, Nick and her friends come off a trek or a ride, smiling, relaxed, and I would be sitting at the float waiting for them. And I thought, I think I need to be part of that.
You can walk on a sheep track, eh? If you're going to ride your horse or hang out with your horse, you need to learn to regulate yourself. You need to learn to be in control of your emotions, or understand your emotions, that if you're around your horse and it's acting unusual or unfamiliar, it could be that you are feeling really anxious or worried or angry about something. So it's a good self-regulator. Horses are very good mirrors of human emotions. I suppose the easiest way, if I went to approach a horse and I went up nice and quietly, the horse might get curious. If I go up stomping and flapping my arms about, he's going to go, I'm out. I'm not coming anywhere near that energy. That's way too big. And, you know, even though they're a big animal, they're not an animal that attacks. That's us. Normal day is kind of get up, have a coffee, look out the window, think about the day, have another cup of coffee. I might have 3 cups of coffee before I move. It's just like, our days are pretty big, so I like to start off nice and kind of just quietly processing the days. It'll start off with coming down, I'll feed out, and those have all been made up the night before, so that's feeding out. And then it might be picking up poo, which is always a beautiful job to do. Pick up poo, harrow the arena, get that kind of done, and then it's about making sure all the activities are ready to go, getting whatever horses in. It depends on what day, like on a Monday and a Wednesday we have our lovely Annalise who comes and helps me out. So she will set up and we'll get horses in, we'll brief, we'll set up for the day, we'll talk about the day and how that's going to roll and what that possibly could look like, and we'll go through our clients. Our day can look busy, but it's a nice busy. Some days can be long and can be tired, and you can be, in the summertime you can be stinking hot, and in the wintertime you can be freezing cold. But it's still the place I prefer to be than inside four walls.
Well, it was a funny story because we were looking for a property and our mortgage broker rang us and said, go and have a look at this property. And we got to the gate and I saw my dream house on the hill and Nick saw her 4-bay shed and we were like, we're buying it. It was just everything that we needed and everything we wanted. Yeah, it was like, that's us. It was interesting because it wasn't advertised, it wasn't on the market. And she just said, I've just heard there's a lady selling and you need to go and see her. So, good old universe. Yeah.
While you're moving and you've got that rocking motion in your hips, which is releasing your psoas muscle, not only is oxytocin chemical for joy, it's also the chemical for communication. So it's the gateway to getting kids to verbalise. Lots of our kids have got what we'd probably call learning disabilities. With our non-verbals, starting them off, there's a lot of communication with us and home and school, and we try and all get on board with using the same language. Buddy. We're planting seeds of work, like we're turning to the right, we're turning to the left, we're going to stop and we might use a stop-go sign. Treasure hunts are great fun. With yesterday with Mr. E and treasure hunts, so he loves farm animals, so we went looking for farm animals and we look at the picture and we try and find the real farm animal if it's close. So it's just always bringing in that language. Non-verbal and getting them verbal is not going to happen overnight. It's a long process and it's a process that is followed through with us, and so it's kind of like it takes a village to raise a child. Everything we try and do, we try and put the fun element in, because we learn better when it's fun. That's just as plain as day. We learn better when it's fun, yep. Humour is key. move actually.
I think we just let him go with
Yeah,
it.
let him go. Absolutely. What we experienced with James yesterday was that he got really relaxed while he was working with his horse, that he decided to do some what we call sensory stuff. So he kind of just wrapped himself around the horse and did a big, what we call heart to heart. So they lie on the horse's neck and kind of just totally relax. So that's just him just feeling totally in bliss of the moment. And I don't have all the words to explain that moment. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Right here with you.
Just don't just come with the saddle and bridle and everything. That they need work and they need love and affection. Thank you. And it's cool, and it's very nice. It's very lovely when it's shining. When the sun's shining, of course, not when it's so windy. But yeah.
And what did we have to work on today? Because the weather is not really that flash, is it?
Relax.
And resilience, eh? We put on our big resilience coat, eh? I know Pippi's coming in to be curious.
Pippi's so sweet.
Pippi's so sweet.
Oh, good beer.
When the clients are doing the sensory work, it's like zero noise. And they're just like processing. We don't need to know what they're processing. They're just letting go of the stresses of the week and just resetting, and you know, and they let us know. It's not like, okay, your time's up kind of thing. It's kind of like they let us know. Gives clients the chance to stop, slow down, relax and be in the quiet. Because one thing we love about the property where we are at the moment is it's really peaceful. And that's probably the biggest feedback we've had, that everybody that comes through our business feels safe. Safe to share, safe to be, safe to sit, safe. That's feeling of that safe. You know, we've had kids that come out and mum will just go and hang out with the ponies. So you go and hang with the ponies. Or they'll be part of the session. Well, you come and be part of the session. There's no rules, there's no right, there's no wrong. You know, there are rules, but they're not rules. You know what I mean? There's health and safety rules, but there's not rules. Like, no, you stay there, and everyone's in a box. We're not box thinkers, I suppose, yeah. Equine assisted learning is on the grow. It's seriously growing. There are a lot more people looking for it. There are a lot more people doing it. When you work in a small business and you work on your own and you're doing something a little bit left field, it can be hard, but just keep believing, trust the process, I suppose. Trust the process, do a really good job, and people will find you. Believe in what you do, believe in that you're gonna make a difference. It's a great job. It's a hard job. It's a very hard job. Big hours, grunge work, but it's a great job. Every day there's something that amazes me with our clients and our horses every day. The best part of the day is working with the clients.